Yes, I am back, and I don't know if you guys can hear me. Hold on, let me make sure. I don't think you guys can hear. Oh yeah, you can. Never mind. I'm an idiot. All right, we are back, and we are ready to rock and roll. We have Flying Rich on. Flying Rich, I'm sorry I missed the last couple days. Yesterday I was down with the headache, and on Monday I was down with panic attacks.
Grumpy
So,
stood
but I'm
me
back.
up.
Yeah, I did. I'm
But
sorry.
and yesterday I had JC Hall just for you to talk Wagner Group.
Wagner.
I figured that would be a treat for you.
Oh yeah. I'm all into that stuff, and we are joined by the Mr. White, as Rich calls him. He did. Like, we have Mr. White on the show today. I'm like, who? Mr. White? I'm like, Walter Wright?
That's actually partially the origin story of my name, believe it or not.
Oh, well, then I guess Rich is smarter than what I thought. No, I know Rich is smart, but that sounded bad. That sounded bad.
Well, he was Mr. White prior to the TV show, or is it Netflix?
That is before the AMC TV show, but I was Mr. White from Reservoir Dogs. That was my screen name for gamer tag for years. I had the Mr. White gamer tag, and I had a picture of Mr. White from the movie Reservoir Dogs, and everybody kept asking me, "Oh, like Breaking Bad," and I had to change my name. It got so bad I had to change my name, so I became Mr. Snow.
Jon Snow. Then people think you're a Game of Thrones fan.
And then Game of Thrones comes along and ruins that for me, but I'm sticking with this one. I don't care.
You say you're not going to change your name to I
Mr.
don't
Blanco?
know. I have no idea.
We'll go to Mr. Blanco. That's probably next.
Was Josh Coburn at GunCon?
I don't know who that is.
Josh Coburn? Really?
No, I don't know who any of these like celebrity people are.
Well, Josh works with Roy Hill. Let's see.
Who's Roy Hill?
Oh, come on. Possum Fatback.
Are
you messing with me on
he just followed me on Instagram. Like, that's literally like how much I'm into all these YouTubers and influencers. I'm the worst influencer ever because I hate all of them.
All right, so let's see. Where's a good picture? Josh Coburn is that guy.
Oh yeah, no, he ran the bar for the celebrity events, and yeah, he was certainly there.
Really? And are you teasing me? You don't know who Roy Hill is?
I know who Possum Fatback is, but I really have never actually watched any of his content.
I don't know that he has any content other than, IG stuff.
Yeah, no, I've never met him. Yeah, seriously.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Well, but see, if you're a BOP member, you would know all these people.
There you go. I'm very new into the whole into this world of being out in the public and meeting all these influencers and gun tubers and all that stuff. That's all very new to me.
All right, you've been to you've been to all of the Makers matches, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I got into this whole 3D printer thing probably about 3 months before the very first Makers match. It's all just kind of random luck and joy that my timing was good on all this stuff. I've built firearms like my entire life, but 3D printing firearms maybe 5 years, I guess. To me, that's relatively new. Some others, that's ancient.
Well, also, I'm not sure when I started printing guns, but I guess it's how much you do it. Also, it's not the length, but also the depth.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Wasn't what I was going for, but so you rode from Pittsburgh. You flew up to Pittsburgh and
So
carpooled with the
GunCon,
JSD guys.
yeah, GunCon. So
Be
Jordan
right
from
back, guys.
JSD invited me to come along and help out with the Stuff and Things booth, and to get from Florida to Grinnell, Iowa, which is where the headquarters of Brownells is, in Grinnell, Iowa. There is no way to get there from here, kind of thing. It was like going to be, even though it's only maybe a 3-hour direct flight, through the connections and everything else, it was going to be like 8 to 12 hours to get there by crazy layovers. So it was cheaper for me to fly out to Pittsburgh, hop in a car with all the JSD folks, and just carpool over to Iowa. And frankly, it was a lot more fun as well.
Oh, sure, I bet. What'd you guys drive in? You got a van or something, or?
No, I think it was a Excursion or some giant Ford vehicle that we all hopped into. It worked out well. The rental.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. All right. See, I'm spoiled with my wife's car self-driving. I don't want to go anywhere that doesn't drive itself.
My wife's got a Explorer that does all that kind of stuff, and it scares the dickens out of me every single time it tries to correct and be smarter than I am.
Ah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I got the Kaba AI system in my wife's car, so that's something I'm like totally jonesing for. I'm thinking about retiring my Envoy and taking her old car and getting her a newer one.
I just bought a brand new truck, and I was super excited to buy it with as little technology as possible.
All right, I watched a video on diesel trucks with air starters this morning. I keep joking I want an International Harvester pickup truck with a diesel engine, mechanical diesel, and an air starter.
It's all you need. To run forever.
To run on fryer oil, no problem.
When the world comes to an end, that's going to be your only option.
Right. So how many hours was it there?
It was about a 12-hour drive, roughly, from Pittsburgh to Grinnell. Once again, you're driving in a car full of gun guys, and we just had a blast. And, I can't repeat anything in polite company of what occurred on that trip, but we had a good time.
Especially anything Jordan said, because, no, I'm teasing. So did you guys stop on the way, or you just kind of like cannonballed it?
Just went all the way through.
Cool.
Got Ian, the owner and designer of Stuff and Things. He did a great job of trying to get gas station T-shirts along the way, so that was a good time. So he got his Ohio State shirt. I think he got an Illinois shirt. Yeah, it was a good time.
All I got to say, I'm going to be like pissing off people from Iowa. I know a lot of good people from Iowa there. Iowa is the only state that's ever made me want to eat a bullet. I mean, it's like corn, soybean, corn, soybean, corn, soybean.
I saw some wind turbines. That was the most exciting thing of Iowa.
In Iowa, I thought they were all in like Minnesota.
No, there's a ton of them in Iowa where we were at. I mean, they were just wind turbines as far as the eye could see, at least in the corridor we were driving down.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But GunCon was really cool. It was a 2-day event. Hosted at the Brownells headquarters in Grinnell, Iowa, and John Patton from the Gun Collective. He's the one that puts that on. Has all these vendors come in. You ever heard of him?
No.
I understand.
Did you see the thumbnail?
I didn't actually. I look forward to seeing that later.
Hold on. Wait, I can't text you.
No, because I'm on the phone. Yeah.
Right.
So it was a really cool day. I got to meet James Reese for the first time from Firearm Blog TV. So that was cool.
Was he wearing shorts?
I think I didn't really look. I didn't pay that much close attention to his legs. I was so enamored by his chiseled jaw, and that's all I needed. It did it for me.
So was it kind of like an Iraq veteran thing? What was it like?
No, I think I've never been to an IV88 shoot. Hopefully, I'll go to this one this year.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, I've never been to one. Last year I was supposed to go, but the hurricane came through and ruined that for me.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
Man, breaks my heart. I had no idea. Hoffman, I thought was going. His son was going, Richard Hoffman. And if I'd known his son wasn't going, he was going no matter what, I would have jumped in the car with him because he's from Orlando. It would have been 2 hours, jump in his car and go. I planned for it, and a friend of mine that's a trucker told me, "No, roads are closed. They're going to turn you around." Blah blah blah. I'm like, and Hoffman's like, "Yeah, I drove right through."
yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought all the roads were going to be shut down, and turns out those that made the trip had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So hopefully I'm looking forward to this year, but it's a 2-day event for GunCon. The first day is a range day, really more closed to vendors. I don't think it was open to the public, just like IV88 is not necessarily open to the public. So influencers there. They had about 4 bays set up, running from machine guns to long range to 500-yard range. I had a lot of fun with the Genesis Arms fully automatic Terran 12 gauge.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to shoot a 12 gauge that was a machine gun. SBS, integrally suppressed. It was awesome. And they were throwing some clay pigeons. I got a nice little short with a high-speed camera on that. Saw some great stuff at the 500-yard range and some great new products coming out. Caldwell has something I think is really clever. It's actually an LED flasher that velcros to your steel target. And when you hit it, you can actually have a visual reference of a hit on steel.
Ah.
Really clever. I mean, simple to make.
How bulletproof is it?
I don't think it's that bulletproof, but we're going to find out. It's all plastic and LEDs and a battery. So
I was going to say, like, maybe you should just put a magnetic sensor or something on it and then have some whatever.
I think you can put it on the back side of the target, so it's really just the LEDs hanging out off the side. But it was really cool.
Falling.
Yeah. I think you put it on the back. I mean, it's just like a little beeper size. But I mean, I was nailing a steel at 500 yards, and I could see that green lights flash on.
Oh, that's cool.
Steel. So it was really neat to be able to see that reaction.
So did you bring any of the custom Remington 700s you make or build or remanufacture or tune?
Didn't bring any guns with me. I was there just, participating with everybody else and representing, Gideon Optics and Stuff and Things with their bullpup AKs and the shocker trigger.
John, I don't know if John knows he's not in the show. Hold on. Let's add him back. John, hold that box up again. Yay.
Oh,
which one's mine?
Both of them.
Wait. Both of them are mine?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had them shipped directly to me.
They kind of came here.
Oh. Because you talked to the J-Man to tell him ship them to me.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to send him your address.
I could show you mine, but
they got my address.
I don't know. Well, I asked them, and so I don't, they came here, so.
Okay.
I get them out tonight. I got my RMSC in as well.
So that's the Judge optic, I believe.
Yeah, I can go get that if you want.
I think Gideon Optics, of course, is coming through JSD Supply to provide that entry level optic for those of us that are building our own firearms, or even I think they're suitable to carry. I've run hundreds of rounds through mine and haven't had any issues yet. So about a 5.5-year battery life. It's meeting up with all kind of the industry standards. I've been pitching them for days now, so it's good times.
Yeah, Dark says that he's gonna pick them up for you. Oh, by the way, you might be interested. I picked up some the bamboo anti-vibration feet, and when you buy them, they send you 2 pairs or two sets.
Oh,
So
So you
instead
got
of sending
extras?
you the 4 feet, they send you 8 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think in my head why they would do that. Do they think it's a wear item? I guess it.
Maybe.
So I run my bamboo on a concrete paver with a like piece of EVA foam underneath that paver.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a partner desk, which is like dining room table size, the desk right here, and I have my bamboo on the other side. I have it on one of those, puzzle piece workout mats. That's, I don't know if it's
So
a
yeah, same thing. That's
half-inch
EVA
thick.
foam. That's what's underneath my concrete paver.
Mhm. So you have it on the paver and the paver on the foam.
Yes.
Now, why are you stacking it that way?
Because you want that mass of the concrete paver to prevent it from moving.
Okay.
That's what I want. So I want the foam mat to isolate it from the table, so there's less noise. But then I actually
Yep.
want the machine itself to be fairly rigid on the paver.
And how often do you run ludicrous speed?
Never. I almost
Really?
always run slow, silent. Because most of the time I'm printing in nylons these days.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if definitely. Oh, all right. Just to get. See, I don't have a carbon fiber part I can show you right now because all of it's top secret what I'm working on. But
I can take apart a gun and show you.
But I've run carbon fiber nylon at ludicrous speed. It might as well be like pages of a phone book for the people. It's like it's like that when it's done. Because I'm like, okay, it was just kind of a test. Like I did a test slice. I just want to make sure it fit. It was the right shape. I didn't have to move anything. And I'm like, looks good. I'm like, let's just run at ludicrous speed, get it done with. And oh man, that was awful. Awful. I mean, yeah, PLA.
Like,
it's not the way. Not the way to go.
PLA plus, I can run ludicrous speed. That's no problem. But
even ludicrous speed for like PLA plus and things like that, the quality of the prints that I want, I'm gonna go slow.
I'll tell you, I'm shocked at how good ludicrous speed has been with the PLA plus. And I'm not trying to talk anybody into it. I'm not trying to get like, yeah, that's the way to go. No, I'm saying, hey, it's a crazy good printer, and even at high speed like that, which you don't want to run for all said reasons, it's still damn good.
Yeah, I think for rapid prototyping, literally, I mean, as fast as a 3D printer will allow for that. I think ludicrous has its place, but that's just not what I'm doing. I want really, really nice prints.
Right. Yeah, all right. So I gotta try the paver. I'll have to invest the $2.
Exactly. So get your concrete paver, just put it on top of your phone, put your machine on that, and you will find instantly that your machine is significantly quieter than it was before.
Because even with just the foam and the printer, my desk, which is massive, unlike my deck, which is massive also, but my desk is massive, and my desk would be vibrating. I was shocked.
Yep, nope. You'll want that paver to absorb some of that mass, and it does a great job of that.
Okay, yeah, because I wasn't sure. I've heard people talk about, like doing it your way, and I'm like, yeah, that might make sense,
Yeah, there was a lot of great
dampening.
Back to GunCon, there was a lot of great people there. Like Radian was there. High Point was there. We had a great conversation about parts kits.
I want a 10 mil. Really? No, they talked to you about parts kits?
Yeah, they just said they would never do it.
Oh, okay. I was going to say David was there from High Point.
I don't remember his name, to be honest. It could have been, but I don't remember his name.
6 foot plus.
I don't get to throw anybody under the bus because I didn't remember his name here. So, but yeah, they said they would just never do parts kits because they didn't want the additional liability. That's their excuse, which I have no understanding of where they think there's additional liability, but they just don't want to be attached to a 3D printer, guys, I guess.
I mean, all right, I'll be the devil's advocate on that one. Look at Polymerania in California. They just shelled out millions of dollars.
Like $5.3 million settlement for what? I'm not really sure.
Nobody knows.
And I was thinking that I had no idea. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a as Bob says there, it was a wholehearted and pleasant no. We did get to stick a Gideon optic though on one of the yeet cannons, and that was really a highlight of the trip.
So they told me they were going to send me a 10 millimeter for T&E because I've got the carbine. Oh, it's right there in the bullpup chassis, which I think is cool. I don't know. First off, the High Point carbine comes in their stock that's awful, and it's much unlike everything else on the planet having to do with a bullpup. Their High Point 10 millimeter carbine in the High Point. Wait, did I do that right? High Tower bullpup chassis is so much better.
Wow, I just wanted to take a look and see how much it's vibrating, and those feet really cut down on the vibrating.
So, oh, you got the feet going?
Yeah. I mean,
so are they like hollow feet, or are they actually like ribbon feet? Or I haven't seen
they're ribbon feet, but they're like hollow ribbon feet.
Yeah. So old school dampers where they kind of are springy like that, so the vibration is not translating through to the table.
Correct.
Yeah, that's an old school way of doing it, and they work really well. Yeah, High Point had their 10 millimeter pistol, their 9 millimeter, and the 10 millimeter carbine. So.
Okay.
That's the judge.
Look at you, Crumpy.
I'm not sure if I'm going to send you these or not.
Yeah.
Just joking. I got them out tonight.
I'm excited about their new one coming out. I think it's the Mediator. That's actually a raised optic. So I'm probably going to put that. Matador was there. They make that bufferless 9 millimeter upper, and I'm excited to probably put one of those Mediators on that.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's cool.
That makes sense. High Point, the Hugo of guns.
And of course, I was there with Stuff and Things, which makes the flapper shocker trigger. That thing's pretty cool. And of course, their bullpup AK, which I got one sitting right there.
Ah, cool.
So everybody needs a bullpup AK just to make Brandon Herrera cry.
Dude, yeah,
so
I love the bullpup AK. That's a really cool thing. It's innovative.
Well, and it's cool. It's a pistol, and they literally just 3D print the furniture that you slide on, so you don't have to actually modify the AK.
So there's a bar that goes back to the trigger.
Linkage bar that's all set up, and it's all just furniture that's 3D printed, and you just slide it all on.
No, that's pretty cool.
Fregout wants you to do his interior design work for his shop.
Oh yeah, no, I did actually make these cabinets. Jeez, I don't know if he's talking about my cabinets behind me.
Mr. Snow, I tried to learn Tinkercad. I couldn't do it. Going back to Fusion 360.
Well, I mean, John was trying to learn it to teach his kids how to CAD.
I mean, I taught my kids how to use Tinkercad. That's where I started them.
Yeah,
but just Tinkercad is not really CAD. First off.
Yeah, but I'm so used to like doing like the 2D design, then extruding up and.
Yeah, with Tinkercad, it changes the whole philosophy, and you almost have to. You got to sculpt away and cut away with various shapes. Like you got to make tools in Tinkercad to cut things away to the shapes you want. And the biggest problem with Tinkercad, honestly, is you can't share your work with anybody. Yeah. You can't send them a step file. And the difference between Tinkercad and Fusion 360, or that other one that's people use a lot. Is the difference between mesh modeling and what's called parametric modeling. That's your step files with geometry.
Yeah,
change.
Yeah, there is a new CAD out that's like, I guess, like in between.
I mean, you can do mesh modeling and editing inside of Fusion 360.
No, but there's one. Oh, what is it? I sent you
No,
the
it's not
information on it.
fluid. What's it called?
Are you thinking of Blender?
No,
Not
not
Blender.
Blender.
No, it's something new.
It's something new. That's like,
I thought it was something fluid.
I don't think it was fluid.
No, you got me.
So, I mean, I do most of my CADing inside of Fusion 360, and then I'll pull it over into Blender to add textures and organic shapes and stuff like that.
Yeah. But it was kind of interesting that, I mean, I'm just so used to it. I was looking for the fillet tool in Tinkercad, and I looked for like 2 hours.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Why would you not have a fillet tool?
Because it's not a CAD program. It's a building block program.
Yeah, but dude, you still need fillets.
You can do bevels on like specific. I mean, you can make it kind of work.
You got to make a shape, then you got to cut it out, and
correct. You have to think like a machinist, where you got to make a tool you got to make a shaping tool to modify your part and kind of trick your way back
into numbers.
It's completely pointless.
Yeah, I like just typing in numbers. That's all I.
Well, then, if you like numbers, you should look into FreeCAD.
FreeCAD? I've not used that.
FreeCAD is open source CAD software that's all the maths.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you just do straight numbers.
Oh, then
Durwood used a lot of FreeCAD.
Plasticity, that's it.
Plasticity. Yeah.
Plasticity?
Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
It's something new. It's kind of a mixture. It's like Tinkercad that is all the features that are missing in Tinkercad, they're re-added back into Plasticity.
I would like to see some good modeling, three-dimensional modeling software on like the iPads and like tablets. That's something I've seen it on a couple occasions, and I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Same with like virtual reality. I think that would be cool to be able to physically model and mold in a three-dimensional space where you can actually kind of pick it up. I've done some. I mean, I've got a Valve Index. I've done the VR thing for a long time, but I've never found like a really. There's a lot of art ones. You can spray paint and 3D shape and mold, but then you can't actually export that to a usable thing. So I think that's going to come one day.
Plasticity, you can do all that, and then you can export it to a stuff file or whatever.
Well, I'm going to have to check that out. Is it? I assume that's paid software.
It is paid. They have a 30-day free trial. Then after that, it's like $99 for a lifetime license.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Nah.
And it's $299 if you want to get the studio, which includes all paid updates. And basically you can share it with 10 people in your company.
I'd be curious to know if it was like a cloud-based service where it's running on the cloud, like Fusion 360, or if it's actual local.
No, it's cloud-based, I believe.
All right, I'll tell you what's pissing me off. I use Canva. I like Canva, but it's really cloud-based. You're not doing it on your local machine. So waiting for something to render and download is always a pain in the ass. I mean, it's fine if you're doing a thumbnail, but if you're doing a video with it, I hate that.
So Fragout's talking about 3D scanners. I do have a 3D scanner. I've got an Einscan SP, which is like a $2,500 scanner. It'll do down accuracy down to like 0.05 millimeter accurately.
What?
But the thing about 3D scanners is they output mesh files. So it's pumping out STLs. And that's really not what you want if you're it's great for capturing organic shapes. but you're not going to want to try to edit a mesh STL file into something usable. It doesn't work well for that. So I've used 3D scanners a lot for capturing textures, specific curves that then I can pull into, an STL, and I can take measurements digitally and recreate it in CAD and pull out the math of the curve.
Right.
But yes, with 3D scanners, 99% of the time you're better off just starting in calipers and rulers and radius gauges and just make it from scratch. Be faster.
So what I've seen is people scan cars and then do like wide body kits for 'em. I forget which YouTuber it was, but somebody on the C8, they scanned the car and then they sent him a body kit.
Yeah, so I mean, once again, for capturing those organic shapes and things like that,
Ting,
it
ting.
works really well for that kind of stuff.
Ting, ting. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
I think that's almost the definition of an organic shape.
I enjoyed my 2 days off. Thank you, Ting Ting. I did enjoy it, so I wasn't feeling too well, but I'm better now.
Jeez, Crumpy. I was wondering if I was going to be all alone again.
No, not today. I was feeling better. I talked to you several times. I didn't talk to you at all yesterday besides the text message.
Oh, okay.
2 weeks ago, I had quite the event about 2 weeks ago where I was suffering from the flu. My kids had shared that with me because they love me. And in the midst of that, in the middle of dealing with the flu, I got my first kidney stone experience.
Oh my God.
It was
brutal. I had to have a surgery to remove one.
Did you pass it?
I did, thankfully. It actually blocked my kidney up. And it was like 4.7 millimeter, which that was painful. But actually, like, in my kidney, my kidney was actually swelling up. It was terrible.
Well, that's what happened to me.
Holy cow!
My third kidney stone, it blocked my kidney, so they had to, and it was too big to pass, and they couldn't break out with like the.
So basically, you passed a 5.7 bullet. Is
pretty close, yeah. Thankfully, it came outside of the kidney tube into the bladder, and it actually broke up in the bladder, so I didn't have to go through the business end in that size and shape.
I had a 4.5 go all the way through.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Nope.
Oh, that's a funny story about that. But before my third kidney stone, and I'll tell you why I got kidney stones, but it blocked off.
It's because you have rocks in your head?
No. So they had to send up and the ultrasound wouldn't break it up, so they had to send up a little claw to grab it, like, and crush it. Then they had to put a plastic tube temporarily, and that sucked because the plastic tube broke and cut up the inside of my urethra. It got infected.
Oh my gosh!
And that really hurt. But
all I have to say is that from the experience, I am super pro drug. Whatever.
Well, here's the thing.
Ron Bear for the win. It's an MP7 size bullet, correct?
The 4.5 I passed at a Capitals game because it was the playoffs, and the doctor, I was like, I gotta go to a Capitals game tonight. I got playoff tickets, and the doctor's like, you're not going to be able to go. I was like, yeah, I will. It's playoffs. So
you should hear John in hockey. Oh my gosh!
I picked up this girl, and I drove, and I was like, "Do you mind driving to DC?" She's like, "I don't like driving in DC." I was like, "All right, I'll drive." So I drove to DC with this huge kidney stone, and I ended up passing it between the second and third period.
Like, there's many things in life that I enjoy. But there is nothing quite like the experience of peeing the first time without pain after a kidney stone. That is the most glorious event in probably of all of human history. To be able to actually pee without pain. after going through that.
Well, he gave me
I'm
Vicodin
feeling the
or
pain.
Percocet or something like that. But
I was rocking the Percocet.
I was like, I don't want to drive on Vicodin or Percocet, so I'm not going to take it. It was playoffs. It was Pittsburgh, Washington.
Wow.
I'm not missing. I'm not missing a playoff game. F that.
That is a massive level of commitment. I commend you on your fanaticism.
It's like, ooh, Iraq veteran might be muddy. Oh, not going.
Hey, Rich, you've been in my basement with all my hockey stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, like sign sticks everywhere. I got posters, and I just love hockey. Hockey's like my.
So that was the scary part of me, like making this trip up to Pittsburgh to hop in a vehicle for 12 hours with a bunch of guys, knowing that I just passed a kidney stone and wondering what kind of event that might be. But it all worked out. So.
Yeah. Well, mine was they put me on a new medication and they didn't know that it caused kidney stones. I started getting kidney. They're like, oh yeah, have you experienced kidney stones? I was like, yes. They're like, oh yeah, it's one of the side effects we discovered that we didn't see.
I would be on the phone with a class action lawsuit immediately.
Hello, Fudbusters?
There's not a jury in this country that would not grant pain and suffering over that event.
No, you can't. Here's the thing: it has to be permanent harm.
I have emotional damage.
Yeah. I have emotional damage listening to the story.
I haven't drank a soda in like 2 weeks. Do you have any idea what this is doing to my mental fortitude?
Well, you can drink a lot of lemonade.
Ugh.
They allow you to drink lemonade. It actually helps.
So it's the CO2 in the soda? Is that?
Well, I know that CO2 does affect the calcium in your bones, but I don't really understand.
It's I know what it is because they told me the same exact thing. It's a diuretic.
So it just dehydrates you.
Yeah.
CO2?
No, not the caffeine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, so I've cut myself back to significantly more water and like 1 cup of coffee a day, and it's a transition.
Yeah, but when I went in from the removing the kidney stone, because I had it for 2 weeks, the last one that got stuck in my kidney.
Yeah, that is quite the story, man. The claw machine from hell, crawling up places they were never meant to crawl up. It sounds atrocious.
Oh, I feel that.
Yeah, but I had
once
3.
Again,
so once I went off the medication, when they asked me, I never had another kidney stone. But in like 3 months, I had 3. I was getting 1 a month.
That's terrible. There's one guy in the community, Engineered Arms. I feel so bad for that dude, man.
You had a lot?
He has like perpetual kidney stones.
Oh, that sucks.
Like perpetual, like he's lived in the world of kidney stones.
Kidney stone.
So, yeah.
I promised my niece I'll take her to a Blink-182 concert, and that was like the day after the hockey game, or the day before the hockey game. So that's why I went to a concert and a hockey game.
I don't know, man.
Dude, I get cluster headaches, man.
I was gonna say you get a headache and you don't come on the show, but kidney stone, let's go hockey.
Have you had a cluster headache?
No, I don't know. I don't even know what one is.
Okay, I will show you what one is. I'm gonna bring up I can't believe you don't know what a cluster headache is.
No, I know. You've described it to me. It's the worst pain a human can feel.
Yeah, okay. Let's just Google this.
Is there a Scoville unit for pain that is cluster headaches?
Worst pain known to medical science. Here we go. Let's see what it says. That is ranking the most powerful pain. Cluster headaches. Oh, look. Post-surgical, go all the way down. All the way down. All the way down. Number 1. Kidney stones is, I think it's on the list. I think it's like 8 or 9. Actually, if it ends at the top, kidney stones is number 9.
I'm sure that the CIA is going to be really interested in your search history on all this one day.
Yeah, the CIA. I mean,
Wait what's the worst pain that I can possibly induce in a human?
Yeah, see, kidney stones is number 9. Cluster headaches is number 1. It's worse than Emgality. Yes, I'm on Emgality now. I just got on it. I did my starter dose. Those are the 2 shots, and I got one more. It takes 3 months. You have 2 shots, then you have 1, then you have the other one. But it's supposed to really help with cluster. Microdosing does help, but I'll lose my security clearance. But Emgality, I am on Emgality now. Vanessa Kitty. But 3rd-degree burns don't hurt.
Yeah, because it burns the nerves.
Yeah.
I got like a 2nd degree yesterday from my microwave.
Suppressor?
That was the first.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
taking something out?
Here's the thing. An amputation is less on the pain scale than a cluster headache.
Well, if we're playing the Oppression Victimhood Olympics, you win. Congratulations.
No, what I'm saying is that's how I could
Tell
do
us how much it
kidney
hurts.
stones without medication.
Ouch.
Congratulations. You're in pain. We hear you.
No, that's why I can do kidney stones. That's how I can go to the Capitals game.
Okay, well, that brings it together. That's logical. That makes sense.
And how John and I are still friends, yes.
Yes. On a scale of friendship pain, you've got, flying rich, kidney stones, and then cluster head. Got it.
Right.
That's how that works.
No, but I've been getting it for like years.
That's terrible. I hope they figure something out for you.
Yeah, this Emgality is supposed to be pretty cool. It's a once a month injection. It's like a little EpiPen. You hit the button and it goes in. It takes about 10 seconds and it just injects a bunch of crap. And he goes, that's only once a month. I inject it right above my knee, about an inch above the kneecap.
Who knew the wealth of information you could find on John Crump Live?
Well, once they get John's Neuralink working again, they can stop all that.
My chip works, man. I got my charger to work. I fixed it.
I am super excited about Twitter feed directly into my brain because I think that'll really solve a lot of mental health issues. To have a Twitter feed just nonstop direct contact to your brain.
No, Rich always makes fun of me because I have a microchip in my head.
Rich, you don't have a microchip?
I'm analog.
Huh. I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, well, it's attached to it interrupts the ganglion nerve that goes into the brain. The ganglion nerve has pain, and what it's supposed to do is it will interrupt the pain signals for cluster headaches. It was an experimental treatment. I was patient 0. It was like 11-hour surgery to put the damn thing in.
And you couldn't charge it? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I couldn't charge. Well, the company that made it went out of business. And the charger broke.
So servicing is a problem on your brain chip.
Well, I fixed it.
I offered to help.
You fixed your own.
Wires.
You fixed your brain chip.
I fixed the
DIY
charger.
brain chip repair.
Yeah, I had to fix the charger, not the chip.
Yeah,
But
no, I'm good.
So, John, do you have a tinfoil hat to make your head EMP proof?
Dude, if it gets fried by EMP, I'll be totally fine.
Has that been tested? I mean, the company's out of business. What do they know?
I don't know. I'm still covered under, like, they had a deal with Fairfax Hospital, so if I ever want to get it removed, I can.
Well, as long as it works for you and you don't,
Well, it's mostly because it was an 11-hour surgery and I was in the most pain of my life because when they installed it, it caused like 24 hours of a constant cluster headache that wouldn't stop no matter what they gave me. So I'm kind of worried about that.
We're gonna have to review your decision-making skills at some point here.
Well, I'm kind of worried about getting it taken out, and that might happen again,
That's
which
fair.
would suck.
Let sleeping dogs lie. I hear what you're saying. Not a bad
I'd leave the
strategy.
damn thing.
It's not hurting me, so I'm gonna leave it in there until it hurts me.
That is
So,
a
John,
very,
you won the Makers match, huh?
very male sentiment there. I like that one. Yeah, Maker's Match. Third year, I finally took it seriously enough to come in first place for every division that I entered that last year.
Ooh. Ooh, that's very cool. That's very. So, how many divisions did you enter?
So I was only allowed to enter 3. I entered in the
Okay.
rifle division, pistol carbine, and the 22 LR side match. I wanted to do the actual pistol match as well, but they said you can't do all of them. They wouldn't let me do all of them because there's not enough time during the day to run through every single stage and do that many divisions. Just not enough time. So that was super cool.
Motherfucker.
Yes, I think so too.
No, I just looked and I went to I put the feet on and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna print a phone stand just to see how well it does with the feet on, and I forgot to change out the carbon fiber nylon.
It really makes me feel good as a guest to know how engaged you are in this conversation with me here.
Yeah,
makes me feel like I'm special, wanted, important to the show.
Hey, at least he's not playing Call of Duty.
You are the most important guest that we have on today.
Yeah. No, it was cool though that I got to, I really focused this year on this year's Maker match. I focused on guns that worked instead of just guns that looked cool. And it's amazing what a difference that makes when you're trying to actually shoot them.
So, because you've been to every Makers match, what has been the milestones each year?
I think one really interesting milestone this particular year, and I love this. This blew me away that there were more 3D print entries than there were kit entries.
Okay.
Like the first year, you'd anticipate that everybody can build a Polymer 80, and that's at least that's what California thinks. So I would anticipate more people would be building Polymer 80s and competing from the kits because they're just relatively easy. 3D printing a firearm is significantly more complicated. That's where we got that Vice documentary, the very first Makers match. It has 10 million views on it now, which is
that's the one with Rob Pincus, right?
Yeah, love or hate Vice. There is no doubt in my mind that putting 10 million people in front of 3D printed firearms and showing them what's possible was a benefit to the community and the hobby at large.
I think they did. I think it was a fair job that did it.
I think it was fair.
Oh, I got a question for you about 3D printing. What do you think of the proposed law in Massachusetts that before you 3D print a firearm, you have to register it and get a serial number?
Well, first off, of course, we know that all firearm laws are an infringement. So with that out of the way, I mean, obviously I don't like it. But, states' rights are states' rights. That's kind of the reason those states exist, was to create these pockets of fellow-minded people that want to have their own way. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't understand the concept of the United States as opposed to like Europe. Europe has a bunch of individual countries.
How about the 14th Amendment that extends the Bill of Rights to states?
I'm with you, once again, but we'll figure that out as we go.
Yeah.
And also Bruin.
No, Bruin, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that no state should be able to make a law that overrides the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. Federal law trumps state law. The 14th
Amendment basically says.
Yeah, the federal law trumps state law, and you cannot restrict a federal right at a state level. But, we're getting into an age, well, we've been in this age forever, really, that it's about how do you interpret that? And it's that question of really morality at play, that morality is redefining terms, technology, definitions, and ethics and what is legal, moral, and ethical are sometimes 3 different things.
I would agree with that.
And I don't think we have that conversation enough to understand the differences between legality, morality, and ethics.
I like being morally flexible.
You're so full of crap, Crumb.
You
Yeah,
know that, right?
Yeah.
Growth Point Blank. Well, they recruited me because they found out I was a little bit morally flexible.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. Betty the Jet fighting in the 7-Eleven with the guy playing a video game.
But that's the whole point. Morality is subject to the masses. You know, whatever the largest group of people believes is right, that's what the morals are. And it's really kind of the legality is a combination of morals and ethics. And of course, ethics is the idea of what is right or wrong outside of how we feel about it. You know, we get things like the 10 Commandments, depending on which 10 Commandments you want to follow, but there's still the basic premise of, you know, don't murder, don't steal, don't kill, you know, many of those things, the big popular ones.
It doesn't say don't kill.
It says don't murder.
Thou shalt not. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one thing that a lot of people get messed up.
Yeah. But we get the idea. Thank you for the correction.
No, it's
Yeah,
just,
that's because it's been translated from Greek to whatever, you know. Actually, it would have been Hebrew to Greek to English, so something gets lost.
Yeah. I like looking at the original translations of different things.
So going back to the Maker's Match over time, I'm assuming year one, there was a lot of making the gun work, and that probably progressed to more reliable firearms, printed firearms.
Yeah.
Year one, let me ask you a question. Building on that, year one, I heard a lot of people were trying to fix their 3D printed firearms while they were running it. Year two, it got better. How was year three?
Year three was even better. You know, I remember explicitly during the first Maker's Match, there was this wonderful station where a computer was hooked up to a piezoelectric mic and could tell how many impacts were hitting this foam target on like a per second basis. And that's how they're in this really fascinating. Target would pop up, you'd put as many rounds into it until it went down, and the computer would calculate your hits and your split times, and it was really fascinating. Very expensive system. But the guy running it will look at me and say, there is not a single assault weapon here today. I can confirm that, because everything is broken. It would jam, it would barely run. You know, these 3D prints were melting, and, you know, people were still using a lot of the wrong materials. It was fantastic. Then, you know, year two was a little bit better. We had some issues in year two where somebody would walk up with their AR-15 printed lower, where the pins had walked a little bit and suddenly go rat-a-tat-tat-tat on the firing line. So they would casually put that back in their case and leave for a little malfunction. But year three, we really didn't have a lot of issues. Some of the other things that I find really interesting is the difference in calibers. You know, the idea that we had several 308 battle, you know, set me kits, 3D printed 308 semi-automatic rifles running in year three was phenomenal. You always know the difference when somebody picks up that 308 and runs a stage. Everybody in the whole place knew. That's different.
Yeah, set-me's are now illegal in Massachusetts.
What's illegal in Massachusetts?
Set-me's.
Oh, cool.
Or, well, if this bill passes.
Well, Massachusetts sucks.
Black powder is illegal in Massachusetts. What are you talking about? Mascanistan.
Mr. Snow is illegal in Massachusetts.
All right.
He has
So,
a brain.
Shooting Gallery New England from Mass came down here, I don't know, a year or two ago. And I'm like, well, why don't you just pick up some ammo? He's like, oh, I don't have a FOID card. I'm like, what?
A what?
A what? And then yesterday or Monday, he went to Safety Harbor and picked up an AR-15 loader. He's like, I don't have to have, it's just 4473. There's no registering, or, who do I call to register? It's like, no, enjoy the day. Take it, go.
Just buy it. I always thought that was funny when I was younger, and I walk into Walmart and buy my 22 ammo, and they'd say, "Is this for a rifle or for a pistol?" Well,
The answer is always rifle.
if I was 18 years old, which I was, if I had said it was for a pistol, they would not have sold me the ammo. But as long as they said it was for a rifle, they would gladly sell me the ammo. I mean, it's wild the differences in the legal games that we're playing as society that is just so foolish. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
We got Walter in the audience here.
Joe is high on Florida at the moment.
Yeah, he is loving the
Maybe
freedom.
hanging out with Nikki Fried.
The laws that kind of concern me a little bit are some of the stuff going on. I mean, like New Jersey, New York, and California, where they're trying to hold 3D print gun designers, to say that that's illegal to share these files, that it's illegal to share blueprints, and that they want to hold them personally responsible and throw them in jail.
Yeah,
I am kind of curious.
I think that's a First Amendment argument.
I agree,
yeah.
but I don't want to be the test case, number one.
Right.
Just like CRS has been the test case for this stupid auto key card. Everybody and their brother knows that that's insane.
Especially when it's not even the right size. You get to basically that means any piece of metal.
Exactly. Anything is readily convertible. I have a TIG welder downstairs, and I suddenly could create an open bolt machine gun as easy as I wanted.
And all of a sudden, ATF agents drop from your ceiling.
No, we're good. I've got the cannon mounted by the door, so I think we're okay. We know.
Joe Biden's going to come after you, man.
I bought a cannon as soon as he made that statement. Joe Biden said you can't buy a cannon. I immediately went online and bought one.
He taught the Second Amendment.
He keeps saying that. It's like, don't people go, "Oh, not again"?
Well, somebody confronted him on it, and he said, I taught the Second Amendment. I know what I'm talking about.
He also recommended.
How do you teach the Second Amendment? It's 2 frickin' sentences.
Remember, guys, all you need is a shotgun. You just shoot it up into the air. It's totally fine. That's what our president
Or through the door.
Through the door.
Through the door. That's right.
And that's how you kill your kids.
Well, he obviously loves his children based on what I've seen recently. So we got that going for us.
Oh, you mean the Ashley diary? You love
that was a bad one, Crump. That's bad.
No. Did you read the diary?
I didn't read the diary. No, the excerpts.
Oh my God! Like she was in
Forced showers with daddy is probably not a good thing.
Yeah, especially when you're like a freaking teenager.
It's crazy, clown world stuff. So we'll see what happens.
I'm still believing that more and more the people that theorize that we're in a simulation and this ain't real.
At the same token, we see, Massachusetts laws, New Jersey, California, these crazy gun laws. We got Gavin Newsom with his 28th Amendment to repeal the Second Amendment. Good luck.
That's just his bid for presidency.
Yeah, good luck. At the same time, we've now got 26 states with constitutional carry.
Which Florida has half-assed carry.
Well, we also have red flag laws, which is retarded. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. It's terrible.
You can buy a cannon on eBay, Biden.
How much is that?
$575.
Oh, that's a good price. That's a fair price.
They have
I didn't see what the projectile was. Yours shoots cue balls, right?
Yeah, that one did too. That was a billiard ball cannon as well.
Oh, okay.
And that's what they run.
Assuming the billiard ball isn't reusable.
No. Yeah, not reusable. It depends on what you hit. When I hit the level 4 plate, the pool ball vaporized. I mean, vaporized. It's amazing.
Oh, they have one for $350.
Depends on what material backyard.
This is an 8-inch Mega 8.
Yeah, that's pretty small. Mine is 18 inches. We can walk downstairs and look at it if you want. I'll show you my
Let's
cannon.
do it.
So, how accurate is the cannon? Like, you're, I don't know, 50 yards. How can you hit a man-sized target?
It's certainly possible, but it's not rifled. You know, it's
Right.
It's not
right.
easy.
You're shooting a ball.
There's my little guy.
That's badass. I want
So
one.
we use this toilet brush cleaner to swab the barrel. It's perfect.
It is. Oh, too funny.
And the question that many of you have on your mind right now is, does it take Glock mags? And the answer is yes. You can shove about 5 Glock mags down the barrel. Works like a cheat.
My question is, where do you shoot it?
Wherever you want. What are they going to do? Stop you? Yeah, no, I've got some private land that we'll go out and shoot it, and it's a good time.
I'm gonna go shoot it. I'm gonna go shoot it in my neighborhood, and my neighbors will love me.
Oh,
Well, I'll go outside and for 4th of July coming up, I'll it uses about 2 ounces of FG black powder by volume. That's a lot, by the way. It's like 2 shot glasses full of black powder. And then, you need to compress black powder to really get a good pop from it. So if you want to just make like a signal cannon for 4th of July, I'll take it home in my neighborhood, pour 2 ounces of black powder down, shove a hot dog bun down there to compress it, and just make a really, really loud bang with lots of smoke and fire. It's a good time.
and toast.
No, there's nothing left. It's all vaporized.
And Walter's volunteering to make us all cannons.
So it starts its life as a 3-inch round bar of 1018 steel. And yeah, I would not want to bore that out to 2 1/4 inches for a cannon. So, I mean, I too have a lathe and I wouldn't want to do it. It's way cheaper to buy it. They're like, $500-600, and they're really easy to do. You can build yourself out a pretty decent billiard ball cannon for about the price of a Gucci Glock. Less than, really.
Rich, I think I'm gonna buy a cannon. And
I
put a
highly
Obsidian
recommend
red dot on top of it.
The RV? Yeah, the RV's a good time.
Dude, you know what you need to do? Portholes.
Portholes in the RV?
Yeah, and then stick the cannon out there. Get multiple ones.
I could put one up with
Dude, dude, the zombie apocalypse time, man. Porthole that son of a bitch.
the land yacht. I'm gonna go back upstairs. Hold on.
Or just 3D print cannon stubs and portholes and stick them to the side of the bus.
We could probably just mount it on the roof somewhere. There's plenty of room up there.
No, you want portholes on top of the
Porthole?
roof. That's where you get up there so you can keep an eye out with the lawn chair.
I need to buy one of the Safety Harbor 50 cal uppers. That's on my list.
Well, Walter's in the chat.
I want to buy the whole damn thing.
I just want the upper because I want to 3D print the lower.
Yeah, I want to 3D print the lower. I have their lower on it also, but
I think I met Walter at SHOT Show. I doubt he remembers me, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
He'll remember.
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I believe it. All right, so I actually met you at SHOT Show. I think I was going in and you were going out of the party.
SHOT Show was wild. I was exhausted. I walked like probably 20 miles a day.
Oh yeah, we all did.
You know what I like? I taking my family out there and like leaving like a day early. So only like skipping the last day and driving up to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, that's cool.
Staying there for a few days. It's great.
So you can actually get the helicopter ride for like $100 a person.
No,
Yeah.
what? From Vegas?
Yeah, so we'd jump in the helicopter there, and they would actually fly us to the Grand Canyon, land in the bottom, have a picnic lunch, and then fly back. It was like,
Oh, that's totally worth it.
yeah, I think it was like it was like $500 for 4 of us to do that. That was a blast.
Oh, wow.
It's not the company that crashed, right?
It could be. That's why it's such a good deal.
It wasn't the company that started building submarines, is it?
It could have been. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because when we were up there, I was there at the Grand Canyon, and like these 5 British people died. I'm looking it up now.
There was a guy that just died like last week, falling off the bridge. I think last week or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was an Airbus EC-130B4.
Air cannons scare me.
Yeah, basically it was lifting up, and a gust of wind, like a strong gust of wind, hit it and sent it into the side.
That's not good.
Oh, ouch.
It was. I'm looking for Papillon.
Papillon means butterfly in French.
I know, it wasn't Papillon. I'm trying to think of the company name. Papillon.
Ooh, and since Walter Keller's in the chat, is Walter going to be going to Iraq Veteran?
That would be badass.
Yeah, I don't know the West Florida crew. I don't know if Patrick and Hank are going.
Yeah, yeah. This is a good thing. I like the South Rim. That's badass.
I'm not going to make any rim jokes.
Too late.
You know, all those people that fly the helicopters, you know, they have the rim job that they go in and land. That must be an exciting thing, but you know what? You gotta make sure that the rim is clear of dust and other, especially mud when it like rains.
You think you can have a chip installed in the rim? Do they have rim chips? Is that a thing?
I don't know, man, but I don't know. I know the rim can get dirty a little bit.
Yeah. How do you recharge your rim?
I don't know, man, but you know, I did see a rim that was kind of dented the other day.
I think they can straighten those out now.
Yeah,
they have like mobile rim repair.
Yeah, but they got to ream it out. So first,
it's amazing what they can do.
Sometimes they have to weld them.
A little scratch and dent on the rim. They can get rid of that right out.
You know what? I heard that they're actually bleaching rims of cars now.
I thought powder coated.
I thought they just got sun bleached over time. They got to restore them. Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, sometimes. But you know, I saw this rim and it was like just gaping. It was like huge.
Is that a 20-inch or the 15-inch? Well, what size rims?
I don't know, man, but I know you can put a fist in it.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Got to have that airflow. Cool everything off.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, the second day of GunCon. So you got a range day in the first day. Second day of GunCon was just all vendors. And they had live panels with a bunch of like influencer guys. I remember looking over at one point and seeing Guns and Gears having lunch with Guns and Gadgets, and I had a small existential crisis. You know, wondering, it's like a last man standing. Who gets to claim the one day somebody will be Mr. Guns, Gadget, and Gear? I don't know how that works.
Oh, dude, I'm starting that channel right now.
Voltron forming together.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think it's a last man standing issue. Whoever the last surviving man gets all 3.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Yeah, it's the ultimate long game Thunderdome of my bet is on Mr. Guns, Gadgets, and Gears. That's who I think's going to take.
Is it bad when you know people on the panel and have their phone number? It's like, I bet I can make 2 or 3 guys look at their phones.
Oh my God. Did you tell? Oh, dude, during a press conference, right? You know, like the AG of California,
Rob Bonta.
We were texting him during the press conference.
Were you
texting? Like, hey, look over your shoulder. I'm over here.
We're like, hey, we're here. We're like, where are you? Why don't you look? Just look back and wave. And he's like, we were streaming it, just dying and laughing.
That's brutal. With friends like these.
Oh, we're not friends.
Who needs cluster headaches?
Yeah, it was funny. I gotta take off, guys. You guys can keep on going, or we can.
No, I gotta go. I'm in trouble with my wife already. I told her we're gonna do something at 6 o'clock.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go and bang my head against the wall for a little bit. Just
congratulations
for the hell of it.
You could use your extra vibration feet. Just mount those to the wall and hit those. That'll make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Rich, I will get you your Gideon optics.
2 of them, right? 2.
Which one is that? Is that the Judge, the Rock?
I got the Judge is mine, and Rich got 2 alphas.
2 alphas.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I really appreciate about the Gideon optics is the fact that they're RMR mounts, but they actually come with pick rail attachments as well. That is like
open it up. Is that okay, Rich?
Super rare.
Yeah, here it is. That is nice. Very nice.
All right, guys. I'm gonna bust out of here unceremoniously. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for coming on, John.
Rich,
always a pleasure. Thanks for having me. I'm glad we could talk about rims and stuff.
Mr. Snow, tell everyone where they can find you.
The best way to find me is to just search on your search engine of choice, Mr. Snow Makes. Predominantly on Instagram and Twitter these days because I was far too hot for YouTube and got canceled. Although I am trying to fire up Mr. Snow Remakes and have a whopping 50 subscribers on YouTube. So we'll get there one day. Back to the 30,000 that I had before being canceled. We'll see what happens. I feel like I'm alone now. And now it's my show. Because I see that the live is still on and no one else appears to be here. So with that, I guess I get to close out the show to say thanks for joining John Crump Live. As once again, oh, there he is.
I'm so here.
It's okay.
All right,
I was trying to close it out very politely for you.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead. That's fine. I'll let you close it out.
Bye. See ya. Bye, guys.